Hello everyone and welcome to round number 2 of the Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club DTM World Championship. I am your host Rahul this here from Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club, welcoming you to another classic. We are here at Donington Park, a fan favorite of many that should definitely produce some great racing. We were here last year for the 7th round of the 2022 DTM Championship, and what a race that was. It was Justin Nasir versus Sander van Leeuwen for the win on the final lap, going side by side. Are we going to see shades of it, or even a repeat that we'll be talking about for a very long time? Last week was a race that was something that you just could not forget. On the final lap, final turn at Monza, it was Daniel Williams who took home victory. And what an amazing race. Daniel Williams versus Martin Webster at the end of that race. Final corner at Parabolica, the Daniel Ricciardo licking the stamp and sending it. Man, that was an amazing race. I know Martin Webster is definitely not going to want to let that happen again. A win just slipping from him there in the Audi. But what an event we have stacked and ready to go here today. If you guys are new to the stream, make sure to hit that subscribe button as we go live every Saturdays at 4:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we see two of the Audis of Tavar and Martin having a little bit of a battle with each other here. Check this out, the Jamaican and the Guyanese. Ooh, I think he just teleported into the pits there. Marlon Young also looking to enter the pits. There we see Kirill Chevets out on track in the Mercedes AMG. Beautiful car there. Team Ragnarok has been very quick this week, especially this man who's in the pit lane right now, Martin Toth. Oh man, he's on top of the world when it comes to the fastest times he's put on track. So we're going to see if he can keep that up, try to get another pole position here today. It'll be very, very interesting. In the meantime, I'd like to take a look at the current point standings. If we just get to that right now. Just give us one moment here. There we see DeVille Park on track. Ooh, just going a little bit wide. A lot of drivers now joining into the server. Currently have 15 on right now. Expected around 20-ish. So it's going to be a very exciting race to see what all these talented drivers can do. So just checking out the points here now. Taking a look at what qualifying looked like. So last week out at Monza, it was Martin Toth who put it on pole, got himself the fastest lap point. Followed by now the race results. It was Daniel Williams who took that race win. Martin Webster coming in second. And Justin Nasir just watching that battle unfold in front of him, slowly inching up to the competition, but just could not get any of his fingers in that battle there. Martin Toth finishing fourth. He was battling for the lead, but an incident would happen between the two drivers of Martin Webster and Martin Toth with 2 to go. But no penalty was given. So therefore the positions stayed the same there. Kadeem Muhammad in his debut, what a race for him. He finished in P5. Of course, all these points now convert over to the driver standing. So, currently Martin Webster and Martin Toth are tied for first position in the championship, 27 points each, followed by last week's race winner, Daniel Williams. In fourth place, we have Justin Nasir. In fifth, we have Kadeem Mohammed. Sixth, Mike Van Doren, looking to make some big points out here. P7, Sean Lee. P8, I believe that's Marlon Young. Yes, it is. P9, Dylan Moran. P10, Klaus Klint. P11, Isaac Nielsen. P12, Tavar Clark. P13, Stephen Pommels. P14, Curtis Gregory. P15, Azad Hassan. P16, George Hall. P17, Lance Nasir. P18, Kirill Shevets. P19, DeVille Park. And rounding out the points is Danny Nasir. Looking at the team standings now, this is where it gets interesting. X-Play top the standings with 33 points. Ragnarok coming up strong, 27 points with them, and RDN Racing in third. There's a lot to play for coming into this event here. And we're just making sure the server is all good to go. We have 16 drivers logged into the server right now. Just doing a bit of extra checks here. Just making sure we are good to go. Because we had a bit of jittering on the stream as we were loading it up. Of course, streaming and running Assetto Corsa. It's our primary sim here. A little stressed on the PC, no matter what PC you have, but we're just making sure that everything is good to go here for us, and then we can get right back on the track. So stay tuned, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll get right back on track. Qualifying starts very soon. We have 10 minutes to go before we see the beginning of qualifying. And we're now hopping back into the session to go check out the drivers. So if you want to get yourself in on the action, in the description down below, you can find our official Discord. That is where we communicate. And that's where you're going to get all the latest news. And if you're a fan, not looking to race, just looking to support your favorite drivers, follow us on social media. Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. We post daily now, which is pretty awesome. If you guys want to go follow us, especially on TikTok. I feel like that's our favorite platform for many. As we are now hopping back in to the session. You can now check out the drivers. So there he is, last week's race winner, Daniel Williams in the RDN Galaxy Blue. Love that car there. Followed up, there is Curtis Gregory in the SRT number 275 in the Nissan GTR DTM. What a car that is. Just making sure our button box is working. Yes, it is. Beautiful sounds there. Listening to that GTR pass by our screens there. The American Curtis Gregory, currently sitting in 13th and did not put in a lap just yet. We're definitely looking at some more new drivers hopping in for the first time in the sim. Here is DeVille Park, who's not new with us at all. I do see Kirill just off track there. Not too sure what's going on with him. It looks like he's just parked on the side of the track, probably trying to figure out something. He is causing some yellow flags, so race director is going to let him know. And I think he has just gotten into the pit lane now. Looking up in the man in P2, it is Marlon Young, who also finds himself just off the track briefly there. Tavar Clark in P4. Klaus in P5. Just going to do a quick check on the audio levels. Just one moment here. And I think he has just gotten into the pit lane now. Looking up in the man in Pete. All right, apologies for that, but audio levels are good. All right, 7 minutes and 56 seconds to go. There is Mike Van Doren. Currently the defending champion, if we're going to talk about championships here. He has, of course, won a Race of Champions last year. Race of Champions this year is working a little bit differently that we introduced to the drivers. Let's just cut the music off for a moment here, because I want to let you guys know how this year's running of Race of Champions is going to work. So, of course, last year, if you were there, Race of Champions was essentially a remixed version of every single championship gone on throughout the year. All one round each, like we were adding one more chapter to each story. We had a round of DTM, TCR, IndyCar, GT3, the 90s Touring Car Championship, and the Radical Caribbean Cup, which sadly we had to cancel out due to time restraints. I do hear some complaints in the Discord right now, so before we continue with that, I just want to make sure everything's going on good in here. The 90s Touring Car Championship, and the Radical Zavar, can you hear us? Time restraints. Oh,
he's muted.
I can't even shift. Because I can hear the echo. Zavar, are you there?
I tried muting him.
Yeah, I just gave him a server mute there. But yeah, I'll also tag him in the Discord. Say he won't be able to hear him anymore. So apologies for that there. I think the guys were just realizing that there's a driver in here that had their microphone open. But nonetheless, we come back here on track. 5 minutes to go. Race of Champions 2023 is going to have a qualifying format. If you're familiar with NASCAR, you will know that the way to get into the playoffs for the championship playoffs is you must win during the normal season. What's up, Sean?
Quick question. The race is 45 minutes again?
Yes, it is. 45 minutes and 1 lap.
My mic sounds good?
Yep. So the way to enter in is that throughout the year of 2023, CMRSC will host a plethora of championships, where, of course, anyone can enter. But the winner of that championship will have the automatic qualifying ticket to enter Race of Champions. That'll happen at the end of the year. And Race of Champions will decide who is the 2023 Caribbean Motor Racing Champion. Or the Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Champion, whatever you want to call it there. 18 drivers are now into the server. Welcome everyone here, and welcome everyone to the stream. Chat is open to you guys who do subscribe to the channel. So if you are not subscribed, do subscribe. You're able to enter into the conversation. So a lot of drivers doing their last checks here. I do see a lot of drivers in the Discord. Just going to do a little roll call here. We have Martin Todd, Kirill Chavets, Tavar Clark, Klaus Klint, DeVille Park, Isaac, the Swedish Iceman Nilsson. Yep, you're good. That was Justin Nasir there. We have Curtis Gregory, Sean Lee, Della Moran, George Hall, Martin Webster, Daniel Williams, Marlon Young, Lance Nasir, and we just heard Justin Nasir there in the chat. But, just here, there we have Curtis Gregory, Sean Lee, Della Moran, Martin Driver's still having a bit of an open mic issue there.
Forgetting to turn my wheel on.
Oh, we see Isaac Nilsson just off the track there. And there you see in his custom-made livery, Nilsson Racing Team. Justin now hopping into the server, making it 19. With still a couple more to go. Just checking in. We are still missing the likes of Kadeem Muhammad, which should be joining us a bit later. Damian Hall has been putting in a lot of practice. I think he will be entering in as well. Azad Hassan has been putting in some laps last night. Hopefully we can see him along the way. Jaden Harrison, Jaden Norville, and Devon Stevenson yet to hop into the lobby as well. As we see Martin Todd putting in a 17.3. I want to get on board with him as soon as possible to see what are you doing, sir, to get that much faster than everyone else. So on board with him running down the hill. Going through the kink there in 5th gear. Very quick now. He has Daniel Williams just ahead of him there. Good apex there from him. And check that out. He's matched his first sector almost perfectly. 1/1000th of a second just off there. And he's actually going quicker now. As it goes through the very fast chicane. Wow, that car's working for him. Daniel Williams has to just get out the way. He is not as quick as Martin Toth at the moment, as Toth is on a flyer. Around the final corner, very wide for him. Oh, I think he's going to lose a bit of time now. Martin Toth coming across the line at the 17.3. So, yep, just losing out on the final sector there. But Toth being very consistent in the 17s, but that is not going to be race pace, I can tell you that much right now. There we see Danny Nasir putting in a time now in the RDN Racing Galaxy Green. But it's currently Ragnarok P1 as Toth going in for another faster lap. Even faster. It's Sector 1. He's going to run off track there. X-Play driver Marlon Young making his debut for 2023. Of course, he's an OG with us. And check that out. He is going quick. Can he keep it up? He's got a little bit wide there. Lost a little bit of time now coming in to Melbourne Hairpin, the famous hairpin where we've seen many moves being done there. As the checkered flag is out, it ends the practice session. Around the final corner. Across the line. Oh, he's going to lose a second. But we see a lot of drivers coming across the line. Justin Nasir putting in a time of a 17.8. But he's 7/10 off of Martin Toth. Can Martin Toth keep that momentum up? And probably get pole position. We'll find out. Mike Van Doren's going to have to settle for 6th in practice here. Isaac hopping into the pits. DeVille Park in the Aston Martin coming across the line. Stays P11. Danny Nasir currently on the back straight right now. And Kirill Chevets, also no improvements for him. So that is going to end off official practice. All the drivers entering into the pits let's have a word with them right now. All right, hopefully I can unmute Devar's microphone. And sounds good. Yeah, Dylan, what's up?
Where is that setting at?
That is going to end off.
Remember the screenshot that you sent earlier with your settings?
Yeah, video.
Yeah, so in that screenshot, it's on the top right.
The enable post-processing effects.
Yeah. I would click that off, and see if you can join the server in the first place. I'm pretty sure you can. And that should help a lot.
I have the feeling that my frames are it's something to do with these vehicles, because when I'm by myself, I don't have an issue, but when I get around like more than 2 cars, it just ruins it. So I don't know if it's the cars or the settings or what.
There's also world detail that I see on there that you have on maximum, so maybe if you want to turn that off. Turn that down a little bit. You have it on maximum. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, let me look at that.
I got world detail at medium, and the same thing I get when I'm following you guys.
By myself.
Tavar, are you there?
It's a mandatory bit, right?
He's here.
Tavar, you have your mic on, and we can hear the stream in the background. If you can't control that, we're going to have to mute you for the whole race.
I just serve
It's a
him
mandatory bit, right?
Yeah, you can serve and mute him for now. Hopefully you can get that fixed.
Considering he's not responding in the chat either.
But he has the stream on, so he should be able to hear us. I'm not too sure what's going on with that.
He's
details.
probably not sitting there.
I'll put world details in medium. I don't know why they're on max.
Yeah, that might.
I got world detail at medium, and still getting the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know why I had that on max. My computer cannot handle that.
All right, so we have 35 seconds left to go.
Oh, where's the you have the skins for all the guys' skins?
Oh god, I have a lot of people talking. Sean, the skins are all in the DTM World Championship Discord. If you the channel, if you want to scroll to the very bottom, you'll see all of them. If you want to download them, they're not mandatory, but yeah, all the cars will appear white.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dylan, what were you saying?
Is it switching to qualifying right now?
Oh yeah, it's about to in like 8 seconds.
Okay, I'm gonna wait for that to do that.
Okay. Just for qualifying, everyone, make sure you know where your pit stall is. The pits are a bit confusing when you do go in there, because some of them are like on the pit exit line. Well, not pit exit exactly, just on the pit road towards the wall on the right side. So just keep an eye on that. Other than that,
Is it a mandatory pit stop?
yes, it's a mandatory pit stop. It's like all events. I will say, when it comes to pit exit, that pit exit stretch there where the green kind of turf is, a lot of drivers do like to go wide for their lap. That's totally legal. However, just make sure, if you are a driver that's coming out the pits, use your mirrors, use real time, make sure that there's no driver behind you so you can exit safely, because chances are that's going to be a lot of people's lines going into T1. Other than that, yep, just make sure your strategies are all set, and good luck to you. And with qualifying underway, we can get serious. So currently leading the pack, it is Marlon Young, followed by Toth and Webster. So coming around the final corner now, Marlon Young gets the privilege, in a way, for a little commentary hot lap here. Coming up to turn 1, there you see a lot of drivers using the pit exit line coming through there, so just warning the drivers to be careful. Good turn 1 there, now going down the hill. Actually, I do want to get corner names up because this track does have turn names. I'm not too sure which app is it called. So we can call that one manually as we go on. The sun is setting, but it is not going to be a night race. It's going to stay in the evening. So far, very good for him. A little kink there. Onto the back straight now. Coming up to the chicane, this is where all the time can make or break you. It's very easy to cut the track here. Marlon takes it slow and steady. for his first flying lap here. Coming up to Melbourne hairpin now, hard on the brakes. Kind of a squared hairpin it is. And now around the final corner here. And coming on to the line there, it's an 18-0 from him. Let's see what Toth is going to do right behind. Coming across now to 17-4. As you see Daniel Williams just letting go of Martin Toth. Toth on a flyer now. Down the hill. There you see it's a 10th up. Now arriving at the back straight here. Going through cut piece. Oh, and actually he does lose a 10th, but he's still positive on his last time. I'm just going to see if I can find this app here. Yeah, I think it is something track description, I believe. Yes, there it is. So I don't mind having that for now here as we get familiar with this track. All right. You see a lot of drivers in the background over there. Do want to jump to that as soon as possible as Justin Nasir finds himself off the track and he was actually going faster. Oh, we did already put in the lap. It was it's 5/10 just off of Toth as Martin improves now. There goes Marlon Young there. Going through the kink here. Now on Starkey straight through the chicane. Here comes Marlon. And now coming down to Melbourne hairpin. Once again. Oh, I think he's going to pull over to the side and let Martin Toth go through. Let's see where he's doing. And he's going even faster. Toth now pushing that machine hard. Around Goddard's final corner onto the front straight now. Is it going to be another improvement from a 17.268? No, it is not. And Daniel Williams is going to put that up into P5. 8/10 just off now. And Tavar Clark now putting in his first proper time there, a 19.2 from him. Justin Nasir now crossing the line. Don't see him starting a lap just yet. Sean Lee up into P4. As he just dips a tire off the track there momentarily. Klaus putting in a time of a 19.4. Tavar just putting that car back into the pits. Justin Nasir loses the back end and saves it. Ooh, times are shuffling up big time. Martin Webster, Danny Nasir trading places there. Qualifying heating up good. Martin Toth still looking for that improvement. He's slowly getting it, but losing it in certain sections of the track. Now around the final corner. Across the line. Is this going to be an improvement once again? Yes, it is. It's a 17.0. And Daniel Williams up into P2 on the front row again. 5/10 off of the pole time, however. But he's up there. Justin Nasir coming around the final corner. Let's find a lap with him. See what Justin can do in the Lexus. It's currently Mercedes, Aston Martin, Lexus, and then it's 3 Audis. Here is Justin. In the TCOD Lexus as he goes off the track. can't really find his footing there. He's going to lose a lot of time as he goes down the hill through the old hairpin, now passing Starkey's Bridge. Oh, man. Losing 4/10 there. Trying to find any driver who's on an improvement. Daniel Williams was, but the second sector had him losing out. Sean Lee, bit of yellow flags for him. Currently at no man's land. Just in the pits right now. Coming back up, Martin Webster in P6. Can he find any improvement at all? As he goes through Melbourne hairpin now. On board with him. Listening to that Audi roar. Up to Goddard's now. Final corner for him. Taking a little bit more wider. A lot of drivers looking like they can't get Goddard's right at all. He's going to lose a lot of time there. DeVille Park. There you see him revving up the engine, trying to find some space. And he gets going. I do see Daniel Williams. He's on an improvement here.
The graphics.
Couldn't understand what Martin Webster was just saying there. Daniel now coming around the final corner. Kadeem Muhammad now joining into the server. He does have some time to put in a lap. Daniel Williams now, what can he do? It's not enough just yet. It's a 17-1. Let me tell you something about Daniel Williams for just for a moment. He had not put in a single practice lap for the week. Of course, throughout the week, from as soon as this race finishes to Friday at midnight, the drivers are able to enter the server to put in some laps. So you see Justin Nasir, 17-2 for him. Daniel Williams has not put in a single lap. Shows up at race day and is shining bright like a diamond. So the top times are very close. 6,300ths and a 10th. Martin Todd says, no. I want that gap to be a little bit bigger. Martin Todd is going quicker. Through McLean's. There he goes. He sees Curtis just ahead of him. I don't know if Curtis is on a flyer, but he's not letting go. Someone who is letting go is Sean Lee. Not on a fast lap. Martin Todd just cannot get the second sector right. Oh, hard! Too hard, in fact. As he gets back on track. It's going to be an invalid lap for him. Daniel Williams, not on a flyer just yet. Just going to disable track names for now. So we can properly see the sector times below us here. He does see Klaus ahead of him. Justin Nasir getting a cut track. No, he's actually going into the pits. Tavar Clark jumping himself up into P7. Currently a second just off of the pole man. Daniel Williams around the final corner, very clean. Goddarts to now begin his lap. Marlon Young and Sean Lee, both in separate incidents, I believe. And Martin Todd is going quicker once again. Martin now, what can he do? He's faster in the second sector. Coming through the chicane, he needs to clean this one up big time. Just gets it done. Oh, it's a good couple of turns from him going through Melbourne hairpin now. I know the time does say 2 minutes and 28 seconds. But I believe he is definitely on a flyer, that's for sure. I think our time experience is just off. But Martin Todd about to cross the line now. Is it an improvement? Yes, it is! It's the first driver to get into the 16s! Ladies and gentlemen, a course record has been shattered. 1 minute, 16.937. Give a round of applause for the man, Martin Toth. The pole record is his. Can anyone even get close to a 16.9? That's going to be difficult. Drivers are struggling to get a 16.0. Sorry, a 17.0. But what a time for Martin Toth. He's definitely taking on pole position. Kadeem Mohammed now putting in his first real laps of the session now. And is Martin Toth going quicker? Second sector, he has somehow found even more time. What is under that Mercedes? It is so quick. Isaac Nielsen jumping up into P8 there. Justin Nasir getting out the way for Van Dorn. And Justin coming out for his final flyers. A lot of drivers coming out for their last few laps. Well, their last lap, actually. A splash and dash of fuel, and we're ready to go. Oh, we see Azad Hassan now hopping into the server. Making it 21 drivers. Can we get a couple more? I know we have a lot more, actually a couple more drivers who did put in some practice times. But we don't see them yet. Daniel Williams around the final corner. He's going to begin his flyer. Sorry, Klaus. Said from Marlon Young. Not too sure why. Guess probably made some contact or just getting into the way. But your top 3 drivers getting ready to go on a flyer. And Martin Toth, I think, might be the first one on it. Can he get around in time to start one more lap? I'm not too sure. Daniel Williams, who is on his final lap, is not improving. Justin Nasir now beginning his lap. Martin Toth, I don't think he's going to get to the line. No, he's not. 3 seconds left. And that's qualifying done. Martin Toth is going to come across the line. No improvements to his time. And now it's up for grabs. 16.9 for pole position. Ooh, Kirill just getting out the way. Oh, and Daniel's going to have to park it. Justin Nasir as well. Coming into the pits. Marlon Young out there on track. Can he improve his time? Probably get ahead of Van Dorn, who's in the pits. His time is a little bit everywhere at the moment. Sean Lee just causing a little yellow flags and just getting out the way. Around the final corner. Can Marlon Young improve something? Kadeem Mohammed, an 18-0, puts himself in the P6. Marlon Young cannot get it done. Well, I believe that's going to be qualifying done with here. A lot of drivers. Ooh, contact is made. Marlon Young and Tavar.
Wait, who was that parking at the apron?
Not too sure who that is.
That was me, okay. Yeah, I was trying to see out.
All right, nice qualifying. Congratulations to your top 3. Martin Toth breaking the course record here of 1 minute 16.937, followed by Daniel Williams and Justin Nasir. If you guys want to use this time now to come out on track, test out your start procedures, test out your pit stop strategies, anything, this is the time to do it now before the server converts into the race session now, so you guys get put into the grid. So I think now's the perfect time if you want to test out your starts. The best way you want to test out your pit stops, I would recommend if you just reverse. Once you click drive, you just reverse and then you just drive into your pit box. If you want to test out your pit stops there. Make sure you guys have fuel ready to go if you need, and your tires as well, because this race, once again, does require you to make a mandatory tire change. Daniel Williams saying, how? I don't know how I'm doing those times. I don't know either. And you say, we'll be back racing with you guys in the chat. Can't wait to see you, man. So luckily this week out, I don't believe we have to wait for anyone. We can get racing as soon as possible. 1 minute and 28 to go before we get this one underway. Ladies and gentlemen, make your predictions in the chat. Who's going to win this one? Last week out, it was an unpredictable battle at the very end. Martin Webster, by the way. In that last race, if you weren't paying attention to him, the first yellow that came out, he was a lap down. He got his lap back, went into the pits, repaired his car, still started at the back, and worked his way up to the front with an early pit stop. Will the drivers consider that a possible outcome to happen?
How many
this
laps
week
is
out?
it?
36.
AC Klaus just confirming 36 laps should be the target for this race here. So yeah, early stops could be the key to victory around here, and that's just coming from me right now. I'm not too sure if the drivers think any different, but I believe that the drivers who stop the earliest, as long as they have fuel to the end, I don't think the tire should lose out that much. Of course, it's a sprint race. 45 minutes only 30 laps. A tire can do a whole stint, essentially, without any pit stops. So we allow the pit stops to just make racing a little bit more spicy around here. 15 seconds to go before the drivers are on the grid. The Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club DTM World Championship Round 2 at Donington Park is next. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, to call it again. Welcome, everyone, to round number 2 of the Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club DTM World Championships. I'm your host and commentator, Rahul Nasir from Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club, welcoming you all to Donington Park for the British Grand Prix. What a qualifying we had out there as the drivers line up, getting ready to go for this one. 1 minute and 44 until we go racing and sound it out. I'm very excited here. Donington Park, a very old track in the UK. One of the best tracks to always go racing at. If you have a sim, I recommend you try this track out if you have never stepped foot on Donington Park. As the sun comes down, we call out the grid. Martin Toth on pole position with a course record of a 1 minute 16.937, followed by Daniel Williams, Justin Nasir, Mike Van Dorn, Kadeem Mohammed, Marlon Young, Sean Lee, Tavar Clark, Martin Webster, Isaac Nielsen, Danny Nasir, Curtis Gregory, Klaus Klint, Kirill Chavetz, Dylan Morant, George Hall, DeVille Park, Lance Nasir, Azad Hassan to round out your grid. It's a 20-car stacked grid out here. And as the music fades, it is time to go racing. 44 seconds to go. Oh, I'm so excited. Last week out was an absolute banger of a race to watch here. All right, 30 seconds left. Let's keep all microphones clear now. Best of luck to everyone. Of course, you guys already know about the virtual safety car procedures, mandatory pit stops. Have a good race out there, guys, and let's keep it clean. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to sound out the lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights. We go racing at Donington Park. Good start there from Daniel Williams there. Martin Todd just losing out as they all come down into T1. Marlon Young, ooh, bit of contact for him as the drivers now get scattered. But it is Martin Toth who did get the jump on Daniel Williams. Justin is here trying to get onto the inside. Ooh, right behind him is Mike Van Dorn. The top 4 coming out clean. Oh, but Mike has a better run than Justin. He lines it up, trying to get on the inside there. Can he get it done? Shoves it up the inside. Can he get it? Just about. Mike Van Dorn moves himself up into P3, but Justin is here. It's not done just yet. Justin now has the chicane now. Can he get his move back on him as soon as possible? Mike and Justin need points in this championship. Now looking down the field, Isaac there, just defending a huge pack of cars. There goes Dylan Moretz on the inside of Sean Lee. Through Melbourne Hairpin. Some positions being made in the back there. Oh my god, as it's side by side. A bit of damage for Kadeem Mohammed's hood there. Kirill Chavet's on George Hall. But it's Martin Toth leading this one, followed by Daniel Williams and Mike Van Dorn. Your top 3. Justin is here, still in that battle. Isaac trying to get in there. Martin Webster having to defend now from Klaus Clint. There he is. Right behind him. What does the sneaky Viking do around here? Ooh, a little bit wide for him, actually. He's going to completely miss that turn there. And that's going to allow Curtis Gregory to move up a little bit more against that battle there. But one thing's for sure, that a lot of drivers that we're pretty afraid of, there was going to be chaos at turn 1. And guess what? They all kept it clean. I'm very proud of all of them. No yellows yet. Don't want to jinx that, though. So, it is Martin Todd, Daniel Williams, Mike Van Dorn, Justin Nasir, Isaac Nielsen, Martin Webster, Klaus Clint, currently under pressure from Curtis Gregory, Sean Lee in 9th, Dylan Moretz in 10th, Curtis looking to the inside, oh, it's contact! Definitely a bit of contact for him as he ran very deep through there, side by side, check this out, Sean Lee now, going around the outside, has to take to the grass, and now the Valhalla drivers are together. Check this battle out! For P7, all the drivers getting so clustered together. Oh, anything can happen back here. Wow! Oh my goodness, this race is already getting exciting, and we have 41 minutes to go of this. Sit back, everyone. I don't think you guys want to leave your screens right now, even for a bathroom break. Danny Nasir just losing out of position. Oh, looks like he was very slow. Coming out of that last corner there, Starkey's Bridge. Oh, it's going to lose him a couple positions there. His teammate Daniel Williams up in P2. Losing out to Martin Toth. And now he's going to have to think about the defense. Mike and Justin are on the way for that P2. It is Aston Martin, Nissan GTR, and Lexus RCF as I hear team orders are already being played. The Viking trying to let go of one position, and Sean Lee is going to sneak through there. Side by side, there they go. Valhalla and Camps. Oh, it's contact. Hard into the wall there. Is both drivers. Just yellow flags on the final corner. An incident has been cleared. Contact is made with Sean Lee and Klaus there. No drivers complaining at all. Probably just an honest mistake from Klaus, but that is going to hamper Sean Lee's race as he was definitely moving up the field. Curtis now having to defend. Do we have a rear camera for him? I do not think so, but we definitely have an interior camera for Kadeem Mohammed. The Bayesian now trying to get it to the inside. Cannot. Follows him around the outside. Loses the front end there. A bit of oversteer for him. Klaus now having to defend from George Hall. As we have a... Wow, this battle just... amazing through here. Can't lay our eyes off our screen for even a second. having to watch every battle on her screen. George Hall defending from Kirill Chevets as he gets it around the outside. Yes, he does. On board with Sean Lee, who gets a piece of this action here. Can he get it down the outside? No, he cannot. But he switches to the inside now. Trying to get around Kirill Chevets. George Hall is slow out of Melbourne Hairpin now, coming up to Goddard's as he's on the inside. Can Sean get a 2-for-1 special at Donington? It's contact that's made. Oh, it's hard into the...
Oh, come on, no caution. Come on.
And if the drive...
Come on.
If you guys can get back on track, we'll keep it green. It's not obscuring any on-track battles. Green flags, green flags. Marlon Young into the pits. Some drivers calling out yellows, but we do have a little rule here when it comes to yellow flags. If it's an incident that is obscuring the racing line, if it's any incident that is blocking the track, we will call a yellow. However, if the drivers do spin out into the grass, they can still keep it green. Marlon Young now, very interesting, has entered the pits, probably for his mandatory pit stop. Just checking that now. I do want to see. So actually, Tavar and Marlon Young came in for their stops, actually. So keep an eye on them when it comes to the end of this race. It's going to be very interesting to see. But yeah, we did hear some guys complaining a little bit. Where are the yellows? Please, we need the safety car. But no, it's not that easy to get one. The damage has been turned down for these cars here. Last week out, a lot of drivers were getting into a lot of incidents, shattered glass, not able to drive the cars. More of a safety thing as both Mike and Justin have followed each other off the track. A bit of a gap is now being made. Kadeem Mohammed now in there at DeVille Park. Has he retired out of this one? No, he is not. Just maybe a bit of lag for him. Sean Lee entering the pits there for his pit stop. Moranti now in P7. A lot of the drivers now finally split up here. Now we can get some good racing on our hands, some good chasing. While we're at it, Tavar Clark now has his fellow Jamaican DeVille Park. Here we go. Let's see what Tavar can do. This is the battle for P12. Now you see P19, Lance Nasir is actually ahead of all of them here. Do you want to get a rear camera there on Lance Nasir? George Hall has retired from this race. The first retirement from round 2 now, as Lance Nasir kind of has nowhere to go. Of course, he's a lapped car, so he does need to get out the way, so he stays onto the left side there of the track. Let's go of both of the drivers ahead of him. And now Tavar is free to battle. Tavar now, can he get a good line through here to take P12? Not just yet! Ooh! Losing the back end there, and that's going to cost him some time. Running up the field now, Justin Nasir has put himself under a second to Mike Van Dorn. This is your battle for the final podium spot. George Hall, we're getting from the media pen after that incident. I slammed on my brakes and now there's something wrong with it. That's a big shame. Of course, he's talking about his rig in real life. Slamming on the brakes, probably breaking something. I have no idea what happened. That's a huge shame for George Hall. George, if you are in the stream, hopefully we can see you next week out at Sachsenring for the German Grand Prix and get that issue fixed up real soon. As you are definitely a very fast driver in contention for this race. That's for sure. There we see out the pits Azad Hassan as he has to hold up just a little bit. But now he's under blue flag conditions. Now he does have to get out of the way. As Martin Webster is going to pass him with ease there. And there you hear Martin thanking his fellow competitor. Damn! Justin Nasir just running off the track there. But he is hard on him. On Mike. Justin Nasir, I believe, will be participating in next week's 24 hours of Daytona virtual for iRacing. Justin Nasir last year did miss out on a race for the DTM Championship. He competed in the Rolex 24. And he actually won that race. Fun fact there. Justin Nasir and his team won that race, the Rolex 24, against the likes of Jimmy Broadbent and Roman Grosjean. Justin Nasir is a very quick driver, beating out some of the pros and real-life racers. Oh, wow. When you think about Justin Nasir's accomplishments, it's insane. And Justin is always ready for another challenge. So Justin is going to have to put in a big result in here. He finished third in the last race. He wants better this race. Next week, he's going to miss out. However, after 3 rounds, we allow the drivers to drop their worst race. And then we continue the championship after a 1-week break from this championship to head on over to the first round of the IMSA Assetto Corsa Sports Car Championship. That'll be coming up at the end of the month. Stay tuned to that. That's going to be a very exciting race. We're going to see some multi-class action go through there. Justin is here losing a bit of time to Van Doren Tavar, putting in his personal best of a 19.8. And Dylan Morant now on the chase. Oh, as Mike finds himself a little cut. Of course, the drivers have 5 warnings, as you see on the top of my screen here. 5 warnings, and then it is a penalty. A drive-through penalty that the drivers will have to take. Justin now 7/10, the difference. Trying to close up to that GTR for P3 so he can set his hunt on Daniel Williams, who cannot, for the life of him, get anywhere near Martin Toth. Toth is flying out there. 5 seconds, the gap here. But Martin Toth is under control of this race here. Obviously, he was leading back at Monza, but after a late-ish pit stop, with the drivers who pitted way early on, it did hamper his result, having to push to get up to the front in the closing laps. Is he going to be thinking about that pitting early, possibly? We'll have to find out shortly. He does have a couple cars to lap. We're now in his way. I believe that is Lance Nasir and finding out who that is, Marlon Young. Both drivers not fighting for position at all. Martin Toth, fastest lap, 17.4. How quick can he get through Lance Nasir? Very quick, actually. Dylan Morant getting his second cut track. Mike Van Doren with a mistake! Does he get back on track? Flick spins it. But that's going to allow Justin Nasir to get up into P3. A costly mistake for Mike Van Doren. What has happened to him? Oh my goodness. Mike Van Doren, who's been running in P3 all this race, has found himself looking the wrong direction on the final corner. Probably dropping a wheel into the grass. And Mike is not going to be happy with that at all. He's going to have to push even harder to get back up where he was. Justin Nasir, however, is going to be happy for that. I heard someone in the gravel. It's Lance Nasir. I thought that would have been Justin there. But now Justin Nasir getting a huge help now. Can start pushing. Wow.
Incoming, Lance.
Incoming Lance is Martin
I
Webster.
can hear you, Martin. Oh, Jesus Christ, you ain't got a shout.
Lance is like, geez, man. I'll get out of your way. And there you see Van Doren now. Just trying to get through. He does get through. Of Lance Nasir, Azad Hassan.
Oh, I got these frames.
Trying to get up there. Dylan Morant has been having a bit of issues with frames. It's definitely not helping him at all. Of course, frames being his game right now. It's a little bit laggy for him. His machine that he's running is not helping him a lot here as he's trying to push there. Curtis Gregory losing out of position to Klaus as they go down Hollywood. But Curtis having a better run than Klaus. Looks right, looks left. What does he choose? He has to choose quick as Danny Nasir is behind them. And Van Dorn gaining another cut track. 3 out of 5 for Mike. Ooh, Curtis sliding the GTR.
Check that, Mike.
This is your battle for
Thank you,
P9. Can Danny Nasir use this time to try to catch up? He has a great battle ahead of him to watch. And Martin Webster is going to head into the pit lane now. So, of course, his position is going to be slowly shuffling down. And, oh, Curtis actually taking a different pit entry there. Interesting. There are 2 pit entries on the track. I guess we didn't specify that, but, yeah, that's okay. A little funny from there. So, 28 minutes left to go in this race. So far, only 1 retirement from George Hall, but nothing to do with incidents on track. Just something to do with personal with his sim rig. And Curtis already getting that car repaired, and the tires are changed, and now he's back out on track. A quick stop from the Slush Racing Team pit crew. So now just checking out, it is currently Martin Webster, Curtis Gregory, Tavar Clark, Sean Lee, Marlon Young, and Azad Hassan, who have made their mandatory pit stops. Of course, all the other drivers still have to pit. Justin Nasir still 3.3 seconds behind from Daniel Williams. Justin having a lot of work to do to catch up to the front guys now. Now looking down on the order, our closest battle we have here is Klaus now. That's Danny Nasir. We didn't see it, but he did get ahead. So can Klaus close up that gap? Danny Nasir now running into the points. Last week he was in contention for a P6, but after getting into an incident with Stephen Pommels off camera, he was forced to retire with too much damage. But Klaus now actually getting a way better run. Danny having his brother in the way. His older brother Lance Nasir. Oh, it's going to slow him down. Klaus is going to run off track a little bit there. Because Danny just caught up to Lance a little too quickly than he would have thought. What can the Viking do? Klaus now hunting that position very close. And now down on the inside, can Klaus make a move? No, he's gonna have to back out of it. Can he get a better run? No, he cannot. Gonna have to take a little bit more curb. Now, here comes Klaus. Savard is on the team radio thanking Lance Nasir. Justin getting a cut track there. Sean Lee as well getting a second cut out of 5. After 5 warnings, it's a drive-through penalty. But Klaus running very close to Danny Nasir. Oh, and Klaus shoving it up the inside. Can he get the move done? That was out of nowhere, and I don't think Danny expected it. Side by side, and Danny Nasir is going to hold that position just about. Azad Hassan, a lapped car. Wish you could get into this battle here. Lance Nasir into the pits, and actually is going to get overtaken on pit exit. Just allowing himself to get back on now. Klaus really hustling that Mercedes. We also have another battle back here. Sean Lee and Marlon Young, the two Audis out here. Dylan Moran coming in for his pit stop now. That's going to shuffle him down the order. Marlon Young getting a little bit wide there. Can he get the move done? Through Melbourne hairpin. Not just yet. And actually, it looks like Sean Lee has allowed his Audi teammate to go through. Of course, the drivers are allowed to team up with each other when it comes to manufacturers. So now this battle has turned into the battle for P8 now. Of course, with Moranti pitting. What can Klaus do? Ooh, very deep on the brakes is Klaus. He's going to run very deep. Oh, it's going to send him off. A little bit of a nudge from Azad Hassan as he tries to get out the way. And behind him now, oh no, Tavar Clark. Now into this battle. Klaus just running out of road just before the chicane there. A bit of a shame there for him. So the top driver still yet to pit. Big strategies are going to come through for the top three. Isaac is running a very good P4. Nobody challenging him at the moment. Mike Van Doren down there. Oh, it's yellows! Yellow flags! For Dylan, and Dylan's retired! Dylan Morant is out! Has it been frames? Did he crash? What happened? And in the pits now is Daniel Williams. No, no, no. What has happened? Was it frames? We don't know. Hopefully we can hear from the paddock pen what happened there. And pit lane is getting busy. Van Dorn in as Williams comes out. He has cleared traffic. Where is Van Dorn? Still in the pits. When does he come out? There he comes out. Martin Webster. This is going to be a race to come out of pit lane. On board with Martin Webster. Look at the front of your screens. There he is. Oh, it's very far. Van Dorn able to clear Martin Webster with ease. So, in the top three, Daniel Williams has made the first shot into pit lane. Clint in there as well for his stop. Pit road really getting busy now. When do the top drivers pit? It's now Toth, Justin, and Isaac up into P3. Here you see Sean Lee.
Yeah.
Lance here, he knows he has to let go of the competition. And there he does. Martin Webster shouting him out once again. Ooh, yellow flags for Kirill Chevets. Finds him losing 2 positions now. Both of the Audis, Sean Lee and Marlon Young, looking to work together. And Kirill now losing out of this battle here. To any of you guys watching this stream, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you're a driver yourself. Go in the Discord. Link in the description down below. Join us and you can get in on racing every Saturdays at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're a fan, go ahead and support us on our social medias. Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook where we upload daily. You don't want to miss out on that. Who is next to take their round of pit stops? Marlon Young, of course, very close to Sean Lee. Not getting any positions done. I don't think he wants to force it at all. DeVille Park getting his first cut track of the day. Daniel up in the 4th. Kadeem Muhammad getting his second cut track through that chicane. Yeah, like I thought. So Daniel is sitting pretty right now with a pit stop under his belt. And Isaac is coming in for his stop. Williams is going to say thank you very much. I'm going to take my 3rd place back. Now it all depends for the top 2 drivers. I think Justin is here especially. Here comes Van Dorn.
Lance, I'm behind you.
Taking a look at pit exit now. I don't hear him. There he is, actually. Kirill Chevet's coming out of pit exit. And, oh, Martin Webster is actually caught up to Nilsson. The drivers are now being shuffled around. 19 minutes to go. We're coming down to the final stages of this race very quickly. Oh, it's Webster! Saves it just about. And if a yellow were to come out right now, the pit lane will be closed. Oh, Sean Lee runs it off track there, but gets it going again. In this championship, during a virtual safety car, the pits will be closed. So I don't know if the drivers want to pit now just in case of that inevitability. Well, maybe not inevitability, but still, it could happen at any time. Kadeem Mohammed running in P4 now. Kind of in no man's land. As it sits, 2 retirements so far of George Hall and Dylan Moranti. Once again, no sign from Dylan of what happened. Hopefully we can get a word with him very soon. So just to run you through the drivers who have made their stops, or the drivers who have not made their stops, is Martin Toth, Justin Nasir, Kadeem Mohammed, Danny Nasir. That's actually it. 4 drivers yet to make their stops. And as I say that, Toth is sitting pretty in the pits. There goes Justin. Toth is out, and Daniel is nowhere to be seen from the leader. Now it's up to Justin. When do you shoot your shot and head to the pit lane? Because now you're leading. Lance Nasir very much getting out the way for his son there, Justin. As he runs back on track. Well, this might be a little bit interesting there. As Klaus is ahead. Are they fighting for position? No, they are not. Toth now does have a couple cars to clear, so now it's just Justin up ahead to pit. As Toth is actually going to get around both drivers, clean as you like. Ooh, Hassan now running wide off the final corner. He's also going to let go of Tavar Clark. 16 minutes left to go in this one. Martin Toth gaining his 3rd cut track, as well as Klaus. They got to be very careful. Justin heads in for a stop, and he is going to lose that lead, unfortunately. So now the top drivers, except for Kadeem Mohammed, has made their pit stops.
2 flags squirrel.
Where is Daniel
2 flags
Williams?
squirrel.
I don't think he's anywhere to be seen. Marlon Young passing our screen there. Looks like Daniel cannot get close, especially as 2 cars ahead of him. Friendly reminder, make sure you have made that mandatory tire change. It's going into the pits and changing your tires once in this race. It is mandatory. If you do not do it, you're in risk of disqualification.
A risk you will be disqualified.
Ooh, we see a bit of a move back here. As Marlon Young gets past Klaus. For position here, Justin Nasir is just trying to split through the traffic and hustle it big time. Justin passing lap car after lap car. Klaus on his 4th cut track of the day. 2 more and he's done. Danny Nasir in the pits. He's going to keep P10. And check out, we have a bit of action back here. Klaus now on the rear of Marlon Young. What can Klaus do here? Bit of a jitter there. Apologies for the stream. Going through Hollywood now. Coming up to the old hairpin. How quick can they go through? Marlon completely misses it. Goes off the track. Kadim Muhammad into the pits. But Klaus is up now on Marlon and gets that position done clean as you like. And Daniel Williams now needs to get this position. Well, not necessarily position, but spot on the track. Toth on his 4th out of 5 cut track. Ladies and gentlemen, if Toth gets 2 more cuts, that's it. He's going to be sent to the pits for a drive-through penalty. I think he has the gap to get it done, but it's going to be close. Oh no, Klaus! What has happened to Klaus? Klaus Klin is retired out of this one. He was running up there. Our 3rd retirement, and that's Valhalla out of this race completely. No idea what has happened there. Very interesting there. Daniel Williams has now finally cleared everyone and can now start the chase against Justin Nasir. 13 seconds and 13 laps. He's going to need a second a lap against Justin Nasir. It's going to be very difficult, but it's worth a shot. Kadim Muhammad as a 2nd, just down from Martin Webster. I think a lot of drivers right now would love a yellow to get bunched up. As Danny Nasir gains another cut. Gets out the way from Martin Toth, I believe. That's what that was for. Van Doren definitely needs a yellow here, so we can get bunched up back. Tavar into the pits again? Is Tavar trying a 2-stopper? I'm not too sure what's happened, but he's coming back out on track. Maybe not enough fuel to last him.
Coming up the hill.
And Isaac just calling blue flags, friendly. To get out the way, Kadim Muhammad making the move on Martin Webster through the chicane. Nice move there. We just caught the end of that. Can Martin Webster fight back? The X-Blade driver tries to do the switchback. Can he get it done? Not just yet. Cannot lose him now. Audi versus Mercedes. What can the X-Blade driver do? Aaron Goddard's. How much can he gain throughout this lap? Both running similar turn ones. No gap different there. Tavar getting his 3rd cut of the day. Nothing being done here. Actually, I do see a blue car ahead of both of them. Not too sure who that is. Isaac on his 4th cut track now has to be very careful. They still have 10 minutes left in this race. It's a lot of time. You got to be patient through these corners here. Any more cuts and you're risking a huge penalty that's going to ruin your race. Martin Webster just playing roll call here as he's just calling out every driver to get out my way. Well, Webster now trying to close up. Is that Toth? No, that is Kirill Chevets there in the back. Down in P14.
Lance,
What?
what?
I think he's just calling blue flags.
Martin thinks people don't see him. He got a bright green freaking car.
And
That's why
Lance
they
is
want
here.
to let me bike.
You didn't want me to let you right?
You move bike too late, bro.
Man, come on, you're impatient.
And Lance Nasir is having a bit of banter between himself and... Ooh. Oh, no! Contact there. Chevette having to take off-track excursions. Now, I think that would have definitely come down to waiting until a straight. Personally, when it comes to racing and lapping traffic, you want to lap on the straights here, as race director is about to come on comms now. Tavar Clark, you are on your final warning. The next time you cut the track, it's going to be a time penalty. I believe you have to run through the pits. It might be a drive-through penalty for you if you cut the track one more time. So race director coming up now. Tavar Clark is under big waters now. Risk of penalty. He cannot afford another cut. He's 5 of 5. One more, and it's done for him. He needs to just play this one safe. He has a huge gap to Marlon Young, and I don't think he'll be able to catch up to Danny Nasir anytime soon. That gap is a little bit too big for him with 8 minutes left to go. The smart thing Tabar should do is stay the 1 point and not risk this one. Toth as well has 4 to 5, but he does not get the warning. 7 minutes and 44 seconds left. Just seeing in the chat, when is IMSA being explained? IMSA is going to be a championship that is going to be run exactly on the same race weekends as the IRL WeatherTech Sports Car Championship, where the drivers are going to be going through endurance races, 60 and 90-minute races throughout North America's best tracks, including Daytona, Mosport, Sebring, Watkins Glen, Long Beach, just to name a few. It's going to be multi-class racing where the drivers are able to choose between the faster DPI prototypes, the LMDH, or the GTE, kind of similar to GT3 cars, just a little bit more horsepower in them. And it's just going to be endurance racing. Lance Nasir facing the wrong direction. Just getting back on track. He's very slow to get back on, but he does nicely. So glad this race is settling down a lot more now. 4.2, the difference between Daniel Williams and Justin Nasir. If a yellow were to happen, it needs to come out now, or else there's not going to be enough time to finish this race out under green conditions.
Ooh, come on.
Oh, Lance just running off the track there. But so far looking like a race without any yellows. That's definitely a very good thing. We do love seeing the drivers do what they do best, and that's race hard. Of course, for the fans out here, including myself, it's not the most exciting of races like we saw last week at Monza. But you're going to get races like that. Some that stay green, or some that's just chaos at the very end. Next week, we go to Sachsenring, which definitely is going to be a fun one. For the German Grand Prix, the Sachsenring is a very, very fast track. A lot of incline, a lot of overtaking opportunities, lots of skill. That's definitely going to be played through there. Lance is here getting his 4th cut track of the day. Looking for any close battles that we see. 1.3 between Chevette and DeVille Park as we go in the rear wind camera. Do we have one for him? Yes, we do. So 5 minutes left to go, and they also have one more lap to do. I did hear a bit of a voice chat there from Danny Nasir. And Isaac and Kadeem both sitting in their personal bests of the session here. But Chevette's now on his personal best. Azad Hassan also putting in his personal best. Is he close to that battle? Yes, he is, actually. So now what can Kirill do? Not much time is left. Actually, we have to head back up to this battle up here because Isaac Nielsen has, I believe, might have made a mistake because Kadeem Muhammad is now under a second. This is the battle for P5. Justin Nasir putting in a personal best of a 17.7, but is 14 seconds behind of Toth. Kadeem and Isaac. Oh, DeVille. DeVille, final warning for you. One more cut, and you'll be forced to do a drive-through penalty. So just final warning for you. Kirill Chevette, same for you. Final warning. Next one will be a drive-through. So 2 drivers. Big warnings for them. Kirill and DeVille. Both getting in their final warnings there. The Swedish Iceman now has to run as he has a hungry Bayesian coming up behind in the Mercedes. And there you see Kadeem finally getting himself a piece of action here at Donington Park. Finally gets to race at the closing minutes of this one. Both of these drivers are very, very quick, so it's going to be very interesting how this battle unfolds. What's it going to be for P5 now? Kadeem Muhammad. Does he line up a move?
Before the chicane, Lance.
Kadeem now still hunting close. Now through Melbourne hairpin. Can anything be done? Not just yet.
Wrong place, buddy. Wrong place. Slow me up, dude.
Martin Webster is calling out a bit on radio there. Azad Hassan getting his second cut track of the day. Now Kadeem, what can he do now? 5/10 the difference. Can we see some late drama? Shades of Justin versus Sander. Towards the end of this race here. It's always nice to see the ending of Donington Park hosting a very good battle. Here comes Kadeem. Does he get the inside? No, he doesn't. Switches to the outside. Can't get that done either. Can he get it on the inside? No, he's going to have to tuck in for the back straight. Kadeem now is going to have a nice slipstream. Heads to the outside. Ooh, bit of contact there from the 2. They keep it racing. Isaac getting his elbows out. But now, what can Kadeem do? He's running out of time. He's going to have at least 3 to go. Ooh, very wide is Isaac. But he gets a better run off. Coming up to Goddard's. Now Kadeem sends it on the inside. Can't get it done once again. Going down the line now. Can he set a move up to turn 1? No, he cannot. On the brakes now. Isaac goes wide. Kadeem on the inside. No, not just yet. Goes through Hollywood now. Nose to tail. There they go down the hill. Going through Old Hairpin now. Who's going to get the better line? It looks like Kadeem just about. But Isaac's going to have a better run through there. Going past Starkey's Bridge up to McLean's now. Who's taking this position? We also have some battles going on in the background there. I do see Van Doren trying to make some moves up ahead. When we look back at this battle here, and it is not over yet. Kadeem getting up alongside him, side by side, coming up to the tricky chicane. Marlon Young bringing out some yellows momentarily. Side by side, there they go. Oh, both of them almost off track. Isaac losing a bit of traction there on corner exit. And Marlon Young defending almost? I know he was trying to get out of the way, but that was not the best place to do it there. He's held up. Isaac there. And this battle is not over yet. The leader has 2 laps to go that we'll switch to momentarily. But right now, this is an exciting battle for P5. Marlon Young retiring out of this one on the closing stages of this race. Not something you want as all. Our 4th retirement of this one. Kadeem Mohammed 4/10 running out of time. Kadeem now, same place. The leader's on the final lap. He sends it, cannot get it done. He's gonna lose a bit of time on corner exit there as he sent it a little too deep. Can he get the traction out here like he was before? No, he cannot. What can he do through the chicane? Isaac a little bit slower than Kadeem. Kadeem trying to get to the inside, switches to the outside. Side by side through Melbourne hairpin. Can he get the switchback? Not just yet. Oh, can he pull a Sebastian Vettel-like move? Faking out to the inside. There's side by side contacts made. A lot of contacts made. And that is going to be a rough end to that battle there. Stewart's are going to look into it.
Give that back, you rammed me.
And on the final corner, Martin Todt is going to take home the race win. Martin Todt is going to take the lead of this championship.
I tell you don't hit me. What are you doing?
And Tavar Clark causing a bit of issues.
Bro, you leave me no space, bro.
All right, let's keep comms clear to the end now. Justin is here. Around the final corner is going to take home a P2. Tempers are flying at the end of this one. Daniel Williams is going to take home P3. And a lot of chaos is going on in the background here. Not too sure what's going on. Danny Nasir calling out. What was that one, sir? Danny is going to finish this one ahead of Tavar. We don't know what happened at all. And as for Kadeem Mohammed and Isaac, coming around the final couple of corners now, what happened between those 2 drivers? No idea. They went side by side. Our camera angle was not the best. But Kadeem Mohammed is going to take home P5 as it stands right now. And a lot of incidents are definitely going to have to be cleared up at the end of this one. And contact there, a little bit of a bump. A bit of a bump, I say. Kadeem finds himself upside down.
Kadeem rammed me off in the last
yeah,
corner.
we were watching it. We didn't really have the best of angles there when we're watching that incident between y'all two. So we're going to decide that one after the race and watch to see what happened there. But, yeah. Unofficially, there are your results there on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. In first place, Martin Todt. Second, Justin Nasir. Third, Daniel Williams. Let's start off with you, Daniel. Up into P3 there. We saw you took the pit stop gamble early than the top drivers, and you find yourself into P3. How was that one for you?
This is just something close. Can you hear me?
Sorry, what was that?
Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, well, yeah, I got moved early pit stop, but I think I did the early car was good. It slowed me down. At the end, I was chasing Justin, but I just couldn't get him. He was too fast.
I think Daniel's just having a bit of miscommunication with us. Daniel, you still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to understand you there. By any chance, you have a Discord on your phone that you can connect onto here? If you can possibly rejoin with Discord on a different device, because I think your mic is just very hard to understand you at the moment right now. But we'll come back to you after the other two drivers. In P2, we have Justin Nasir. Great undercut for you in this race. Finds yourself into P2. How was that one?
I mean, it was an okay race. Yeah, I had me and Mike had a little coming together coming off the last corner. I'm assuming hit the grass, but that wasn't too bad. And car was fine after that. And then I got hit again by a lap car, and that kind of messed my door up. My door was kind of dead at that point, and it took me a couple less to figure out how to drive the car again because it messed up all my aero. I probably should have been more aggressive at the start, but I was really heavy on fuel, and I didn't want to just go into one of the corners and not be able to stop on the brakes. But I probably lost 10 seconds just fighting and whatever to get to. When I got to P2, I was able to maintain like pace-wise, but I should have been more aggressive on the start, and it cost me. But overall, I mean, not a terrible race, especially though I was sitting watching boxing the entire time, so I had it perched up on my mic the entire race.
Classic Justin.
So, I mean, I can't be too upset.
Yeah, always just watching something on the side as you're just bored driving around.
Yeah, I mean, it was really lonely that second stint. There was nobody near me.
Yeah, of course. Sadly, you are going to miss us next week out. Is that for the Rolex 24 by any chance?
It is. It is for the Rolex. I'll be missing that.
All right. So all right, awesome. Then we will see you.
maybe 2 weeks after? We may not be here in 2 weeks. We have my aunt's birthday to go to.
Oh, okay. So hope
we've been summoned to that. So yeah, I think we're I think it might be 3 weeks.
Might be 3 weeks. All right. Well, we're happy to see you back, and good luck on the Daytona 24. We'll be rooting you on from here, and congratulations for that P2.
Yeah, thanks.
And in P1, we have, of course, someone who's just dominated this race from the very beginning now. He doesn't have a microphone, but he says, oh my god. This weekend was fantastic, and to win by 15 seconds is nice. Thank you for the team for making it possible, and I can hope I can do another race like this in the future. Yeah, very awesome race for you there, Martin Toth. Congratulations on that win. We're going to sign us off here. The race server is now up. I hope it's not midnight in the track. That has just gone up. But yeah, practice server is up for round number 3. You guys can go join that in now. And we're going to end off the stream here. All incidents, I'll review it manually. At the end, you guys don't have to review anything. I basically saw everything that had happened there as well towards the end. So, yeah. I'm just going to call it off here, and we'll come back after to talk. So, a great race there. Of course, not as exciting, and I will say, yeah, it wasn't as exciting as Monza. Monza was absolutely chaotic, but in a very good way. However, of course, this race, being no yellow flags, that was very good for all the drivers to see them keeping it clean for the majority of that one. We did see some bumps and grinds and taps and scratches and all that, but it's a-okay. The stewards will look at all of them towards the end, but for the majority of this race, it was pretty clean. Very happy to see raw pace, what everyone can do. Martin Toth really showing the world what he is capable of, especially in that Mercedes, winning this one start to finish, and he is now leading the championship. P2, Justin Nasir, getting enough points. He's going to be missing out next week out. So any of you Justin fans in the chat there, I'm sorry to say, but he's not going to be here. Of course, he's going to be for the Rolex 24 P4. Mike Van Doren, it was a good race from him as well. Shame that he found himself facing the wrong direction, or else he would have definitely been fighting for that P3 spot with, or P2 maybe actually, with Justin Nasir, and that would have been a very interesting fight to see there. Kadeem Muhammad and Isaac Nielsen definitely under investigation after that incident there. We saw it live, however, our angles were just not the best. We did see a little bit of what happened. Looks like Kadeem Went into the inside, could not get the move done. And contact was made between each other. They made contact before, but yeah, no idea what happened there. Tempers were flying there, especially with Danny Nasser and Tavar Clark. That we did not see at all. But we're definitely going to have to look at that after the race there. Martin Webster finishing in P7. Not the strongest races for him after coming from a P2 last week out. So the points are definitely going to get shuffled up. Just want to look at the points now before they are officially updated. But there you see the team standings. But just want to go to the driver standings. There they are. So, of course, Daniel Williams now going to get a little bit of a hit on to the points. Actually, that's the race results. Let's find the points here. There's the points. So, Martin Webster, of course, in first. Definitely going to fall down the order now after that P7 finish. Martin Toth in P2 there. Justin Desir and Daniel Williams should be very close in the points. And, of course, Kadeem under investigation. But rounding out your top 5 there of the points after the last round. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens coming next week. I'm very excited for that. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been it here at Donington Park. Another classic being shown down here. Racing just never gets old around Donington Park. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the stream here tonight. We'll see you next week for round 3 of the DTM World Championship. It's the German Grand Prix at Sachsenring. Oh, I cannot wait for that. It's a very quick track out there. Read in the chat here. Thank you so much for the compliments there. Brilliant commentary and all that. Shout out to you guys. Hopefully we'll see you guys next week out watching the stream. If you're a driver yourself, make sure to join the Discord, and if you're a fan of us, please hit that subscribe button. Supports us so much. We're trying to go for 250 subscribers. Follow us on our social medias as well. And as for us here, have a good night wherever you are around the world. Signing out. Rahul Nasir, Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club. Good night.
Through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways.